Welcome back to my series on mastering effective communication. So far, we've explored clear speaking, active listening, non-verbal communication, and the art of asking questions. Today, we're focusing on a skill that's crucial for growth in any setting: giving and receiving feedback. This is about more than just sharing opinions. It's about using feedback as a tool to motivate, correct, and inspire, creating a supportive, growth-oriented environment. Feedback is a powerful tool for learning and improvement. When delivered thoughtfully, it can encourage development, strengthen relationships, and promote better performance. But poorly delivered feedback can lead to defensiveness or disengagement, which is why mastering the art of giving and receiving feedback is essential. Let's dive into proven frameworks and techniques to make your feedback both effective and impactful. First, let's look at some effective models for giving constructive feedback. The SBI framework is a powerful, straightforward approach that helps you focus on three elements: situation, behavior, and impact. Start by describing the specific situation, state the observable behavior without judgment, and explain its impact. For instance, you could say, "In yesterday's meeting situation, you interrupted several times, behavior, which disrupted the conversation flow and limited idea sharing, impact." This method keeps the feedback clear, specific, and focused on actions rather than personal traits. The coin model is another useful tool for feedback that emphasizes relationship building. It involves setting the context, sharing observations, explaining the impact, and discussing next steps. For example, during our recent project, you missed some deadlines, which delayed other team members. Next time, please inform us if there are potential delays. This approach ensures that feedback is comprehensive, respectful, and forward-looking. Another popular method is the feedback sandwich, which involves starting with positive feedback, then providing constructive criticism, and ending with another positive note. For example, your presentation was well researched. Working on making more eye contact could improve engagement. Overall, your knowledge of the topic really stood out. This structure helps soften the impact of criticism while reinforcing the recipient's strengths. If you're looking for a coaching approach, consider the GROW model. This framework focuses on defining a goal, assessing the current reality, exploring options, and deciding on the way forward. An example might be, our goal is to improve team communication. Currently, there's some interruption in meetings. One option could be setting clear times for each person to speak. Let's try this in our next team meeting. This approach encourages collaborative problem solving and personal ownership. For more complex feedback, the CEDAR model is ideal. It's a deep dive framework focusing on context, examples, diagnosis, action, and review. Begin by setting the context, then provide specific examples of the behavior. Offer your diagnosis or interpretation, discuss actions to be taken, and agree on how to review progress. For example, while working on the marketing campaign, context, I noticed 2 missed deadlines. Examples: I'd like you to focus on prioritizing tasks. Diagnosis. Let's check in weekly to track your progress. Action and review. This model is especially useful for addressing recurring issues or performance challenges. When giving feedback, remember to use I statements instead of you statements to prevent sounding accusatory. For example, I noticed the report was delayed, which impacted the timeline, rather than you submitted the report late. This language makes feedback less personal and more focused on observations, encouraging a constructive dialogue. It's also essential to be specific and timely. Instead of vague praise like, "Good job," be more specific. For example, "Your analysis on market trends was thorough and well-researched." Giving feedback soon after the event ensures that it's relevant and actionable. Specific, timely feedback has a greater impact on growth and improvement. Now, let's discuss how to receive feedback gracefully. When receiving feedback, start by listening actively and without interrupting. This shows respect for the person's input and allows you to understand their perspective fully. If something is unclear, ask clarifying questions to gain a complete understanding. For example, "Could you provide an example of when I didn't meet expectations?" This shows that you're committed to understanding and improving. Feedback is an opportunity for growth, not a personal attack. Avoid defensiveness by staying calm and composed, and try to see feedback objectively. If you feel emotional, it's okay to ask for a little time to reflect before responding in detail. Remember, there's a difference between an excuse and an explanation. An excuse justifies behavior, while an explanation provides context and helps you understand the facts objectively. To make the most of feedback, embrace a forward-thinking mindset. Reflect on the feedback and consider actionable steps you can take to improve. Show appreciation by thanking the person for their input, even if you don't fully agree. Expressing gratitude encourages a positive feedback culture and shows that you value their perspective. In addition to formal feedback sessions, don't forget the power of recognition to create a positive work environment. Simple actions like a handwritten note, public shout-outs, or even team lunches can make a difference. Recognize milestones, provide autonomy, and celebrate contributions on social media. Showing appreciation regularly builds a supportive, motivated team culture. To recap, effective feedback involves structuring your approach using frameworks like SBI, COIN, GROW, and CEDAR. Delivering feedback with I statements to avoid sounding accusatory. Being specific and timely. Listening carefully when receiving feedback. Asking clarifying questions to ensure understanding. And responding with gratitude and a focus on growth. Recognition and appreciation are also integral to a culture of continuous improvement. Mastering the skills of giving and receiving feedback enhances communication, builds trust, and supports both personal and professional growth. And yes, these skills can make a big difference in personal relationships as well. In our next video, we'll explore different communication styles and how to adapt your approach to connect more effectively with others. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our journey to mastering effective communication. Thanks for watching, and please like, comment, or even share with others.